In this video, I'm going to teach you how to earn $10,000 per month in retirement, the fast and easy way, legitimately, not any krukere shenanigans, nothing untoward. Let's get into it. You've put in years, decades into your work. You've risen through the ranks. You've got to a point where you now make 6 figures, even 7 figures in Naira, or even in dollars. You are now a made man, a made woman. But now you are also nearing retirement. You might be a few years, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, or even 5 years of retirement. So the question is, what happens when the salary stops? I know they will pay you a lot of money because you work for a big company. But what happens when the salary stops? Have you taken time to think about it? I will tell you a story of a big man I know, a respectable man I know, who worked at this kind of high level for years. And then when he was done, he came out. He was paid a lot of money, like all those multinationals do. And he was still young. I think he was still in his 50s then. He now decided to set up his own stuff. And he came to set up with the mindset, I've worked as a top level, this. And then he set this up almost as if he was still in the multinational. All his life, he had never run a business. He has always been a corporate guy. You know, when you meet, sorry to say this, when you meet corporate guys who have spent all their adult lives in the corporate setting, some of them come with one kind of arrogance. What is in business? After all, I manage this, I manage that. They ignore and belittle the support structures that the multinational owners have created. And because they play a role and play it at world-class level, they don't understand the power and even the power of the brand that they were representing until they come out. They come out to set up their own. And they now get root shocks. And some of them would have dumped in 80% of the money they collected, their severance, gratuity, everything, they would have dumped in over 80%. And by the time reality strikes, regulatory bodies hit them here. I'm talking of you're setting up in Nigeria. One misfortune happens because they were not in charge of everything when they were operating. They had an HR department, people who knew how to pick people. All you were doing was managing the people who had been vetted and who had gone through processes. You were only managing them and doing things, and you didn't understand that life outside the corporate setting was totally different. Now you are running your business. By the time these our big bros began to learn the hard realities of life, he changed. His finances had been hit. His safety net wiped out. Now he had to start struggling. That's the story of most. I know a number of them. In fact, one died, I think, just late last year. He was an AGM in one of these big banks. Then he had to leave at a point, age. There's an age you don't see. Like I asked somebody, how many times have you seen a 65-year-old top banker who is actively working, who is still working, not a director, not an owner? So this young man I think he was about 58 years. Now things had changed. This person was already used to living in a big house. His children were abroad in school in the US. This is brilliant. You have spent money. Your children went to Loyola Jesuit as private school in Nigeria. Now they have got to university. They are now going to colleges in the United States, and you are sending money from Nigeria to fund their upkeep and things like that. You were a big boy. You were a big girl. Suddenly, things happen. Retirement strikes. And maybe one or two of your kids have not graduated. Or even if they have graduated, they have not hit the cash stream you were expecting. And they may be still depending on you for things like this. Or maybe even say because they have not got the job they wanted, it's okay, why not go for your master's? Go for this, go for that, or take a second degree. And while this is happening, you were still expecting that things will continue the way they were. But then life happened. You began to learn that once you have left the canopy of that multinational, things changed. In fact, things change. In fact, I was talking with one elderly man, actually one of my investors, and then we was talking. I remember he said, since I left this oil company, in fact, I went to the bank that was always begging me to come and take a loan while I was still working in the oil company. I went to them and said, I now want the loan you are talking about. They said, no, you no longer work with the oil company. I know this thing might sound like a very minor thing, but it was a rude awakening. For example, like if you work in Shell, you work in Chevron, you work in Schlumberger or any of these big oil companies, you even if you live in Nigeria, you don't know what the average Nigerian is going through. Like you see banks coming, pushing loans, begging you to come and take loans. It is not because of you, it's because of where you're working. The day you stop working for that company, you suddenly see that those facilities will disappear. Even if you work for them, people say no. Now, those who understand the difficulty of getting such facilities in Nigeria are those who are not in such multinationals. But when you are in those multinationals, you are covered from a lot of things that people experience in Nigeria. So when you are retiring, when you retire, even if, yes, they pay you very big amounts, inflation, so policies of assaults in the country, a lot of things. And if you're in Nigeria and you're a good Nigerian who has grown to this point, your children are not your only problem. In fact, I spoke with another highly placed management level person in the bank. I was telling me, look, Chimezum, my problem today is it's not myself and my family. It's the people, the dependents from the village. Do you know, in Nigeria, when we see rich men, we don't know what they carry. If they tell you how many people whose school fees depend on them, universities, some who are even traveling abroad. So, now you are retiring. What will happen to those things? I'm going to show you what you can do. Because whether you like it or not, there's nothing worse than being a former big man. I repeat, there are few things that are worse. Let me not say nothing. There are few things that are worse than being a former big man. You could travel on a vacation whenever you wanted. For most people, that is a luxury, a far distant dream. But it's a life you are already used to. If you feel somehow in your health, you travel abroad to get the best care. If for any reason you retire and pressures and the curveballs life throws at you or whatever makes you incapable of traveling for that vacation like you used to do whenever you wanted, or go attend to yourself, your health like you used to, the effect on you will be devastating. And people will look at you and say, hey man, he has everything. He's a rich man. He has his own house. He has his own car. That is not what your problem is. You have grown beyond that point. And you know, they say the mind once expanded cannot return to where it used to be. Your mind is expanded. You are used to spending this level. You are used to taking care of this kind of things. Depression alone can kill most people. In fact, most people who die after retirement of some illnesses can be traced to their feeling of worthlessness and lack of relevance. That shouldn't be your story. And what I'm going to show you is going to save you from that kind of later life. What do you do? Hopefully, you have invested wisely. You've bought stocks of blue chip companies. What you can do is another thing I'm bringing for you now. You can create something that replaces your income, your salary, so that even when you retire, that business, that stuff will be giving you the equivalent of what you are earning or even much more. For example, let's say you have grown to a point where you are earning $10,000 per month. Your salary is about $10,000 per month. If you're earning $10,000 per month and you are retiring soon, there's a way you can set things up and you'll be getting at least $10,000 per month every month in perpetuity. So that's what I want to share with you. There may be other options, but I want to share with you the one I know and the one I handle. We call it passive income digital assets. Passive means you are not going to do anything apart from your initial contract talks and the payments you make. Everything is taken off you. It doesn't depend on your expertise. It doesn't depend on your attending to anything. It is pay, watch, get paid. That's all. In fact, just see it like you are entering into a partnership where somebody who has skills just needs more capital to grow faster. And that's the case, that's the truth with us. What we can do with an extra $1 million in our business is not what we can do with what we have today. With an extra $1 million, we will grow at an exponential rate far higher than what we are doing now. And so, for you being part of those who helped us achieve that, you get a good return on your investment, which is what I'm going to discuss now. So, passive is that myself and my team will handle everything, everything about the work. To just explain it to you, these passive income digital assets are YouTube channels, websites, digital products, even physical products. Anything that is sold online is not exempt, is not excluded. We do the whole thing. We create a digital ecosystem that makes money predictably. And we use a multi-channel system, like we use YouTube, websites, social media, to make sure that our risk is diversified. I mean, it's minimized. We spread out our risk, thereby minimizing it. So that when there's an algorithm change, let's say in social media, let's say on Facebook, it is not yet on YouTube. YouTube will cover whatever until we solve whatever the puzzle the new algorithm change in Facebook brought about. When it happens on YouTube, when it happens on Google, whatever, because we have multi-channel approach to it, it kind of insulates us from, let's say, the failure of one channel. For example, currently now there's an upheaval in SEO, Google SEO. There's an upheaval. Things are not, many people are still not sure where it's going. Some people are beginning to figure things out. But no such upheaval has happened on YouTube, if you're getting the point. So we have TikTok, we have YouTube, we have Facebook, we have Instagram, we have SEO. And when we talk about SEO, we have Google SEO, we have Bing SEO. We now also have GPT SEO, kind of like Chat GPT. Sometimes when you run a search or ask a question in this search, in this let's say Chat GPT and other AI GPT tools, you see it searching the web. So there's a way that SEO is also done so that your own site or your own resource will be the things that ChatGPT references. So the channels that we can take advantage of are expanding. And as new channels come, we also still take advantage of them. Then what do we do with this? What do we do with this? We create valuable content that pulls people in. This content pulls people in from these platforms. And when they pull them in, this same content, we use it to nurture them, show them what we're about, teach them what we do, build trust, show our expertise, nurture them to feel comfortable with us, build our authority. When they get comfortable with us, they are now more likely to buy our courses, buy our consulting programs, buy our digital products, or buy affiliate products that we recommend. For example, now what I'm doing is a channel. I'm working on YouTube now talking. As this video, people consume this video, they are going to like what I do. They're going to watch some other videos and they'll get to a point where they take my most wanted action, which ultimately is to buy one of my products because they have come to trust me. They've come to see me as an expert on this subject matter. That is what we intend to do for you, but we'll do it across multiple channels like Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, websites. Now, we're not telling you we must do all of this, but we'll do those that apply most to the niche we've picked for you. There are some niches that instead of doing Facebook, we'll do LinkedIn, for example. But the point is that we will create a traffic being Uber based, who like and need what well. We will get them from different sources. And when they come to us, we sell them products and services. That's just the gist of it. Now, what is the advantage of this? What are the advantages of this, our passive income digital asset, when it's done for you? You don't have to worry about time. There's no time requirement on your part. What we mean is you are not coming back from work tired and thinking, oh, I've not done this. No, a group of people are handling it for you. That's one important. Your expertise is not needed. It's not required. The success or failure has nothing to do with your expertise. The people who are doing this are experts who have been trained, who have results in this field. They are doing, each person handling his area of expertise. So you're not going to suffer the fate of somebody who has worked corporately for 30 years and comes out to now start running a business in Nigeria with all the unfavorable stuff. That's the other benefit. The other thing is that our income is US based. We're so designed our passive income digital assets that we earn in USD because the things we pick high ticket products that sell globally or at least sell in the US because US is our main target market. And once you get that right, you are good. And now, what's the benefit of earning in US dollars? When you earn in US dollars, you are further protected, shielded from the problems we have with devaluation of Naira. For example, if, let's say, you are getting $10,000 per month during Jonathan, when Jonathan was in power, that would translate then to about 20,000, that would translate to about 2 million Naira then. Just 2 million. Doesn't sound like much. But if you're making $10,000 per month today, it will translate to about 15.5 million Naira. Now, if you look at it, 2 million then versus 15 million, I dare say that the purchasing power of 2 million Naira 10 years ago in Nigeria is about the same as your 15 million now. So that you are earning in hard currency makes it that you are not subject to the devaluations of Naira. And it also protects you more from all these inflationary things that we have in Nigeria. And at least you are sure that before you start worrying about your finances, there has to be a global meltdown. You are not going to be overly concerned about our Nigerian economy having issues. That's the other advantage. One other advantage is faster ROI. Our done for you PIDA, passive income digital assets, takes just 24 months to mature maximum. By the 25th month, you start getting paid. Let's say you pick the package that pays $20,000 per month. It will be built out for 24 months. By the 25th month, you start getting paid. So, and the thing about it is that your investment, it is so designed that the money you invest, you recoup it between the 25th and 36th month. You would have recouped the money you invested times 2. So if you invested $50,000, by the end of by the 36th month, you would have got twice of it. You would have got $100,000. And then you start earning in perpetuity, following a particular sharing formula. We take 60%, you take 40%. And take note, if, for example, you pick the full package, your 40% is what gives you 20,000. It's not as if we changed. And we have things in place that we have put in place to ensure that we always have a skin in the game. Because we're the ones doing the work. If we don't have a skin in the game, it means we might slack. So we've designed in such a way that, look, you get your $20,000 first before we get any of our own profit. So though we have 60%, your 40% is paid first before we now start looking at our 60%. And moreover, we work hard so that we can get something above that stipulated amount. Because the more we make for you, the more we get also. Now, I'm not going to waste time on the details of that. Those who are interested will give you a kind of overview document where you can read and see things for yourself. The other thing is that we have guaranteed minimum earnings, at least for the first 12 months of earning. We have guaranteed minimum earnings. That is to give you the assurance and peace of mind that worst case scenario, you will get twice this. The other thing is that we also make it easy for you to pay over a period. Like instead of you paying once, let's say you are working, you can do it such a way that you are paying every month for 12 months. So let's say you want to do a package that costs, let's just say, $24,000. Instead of paying $24,000, you can now just pay every month. Yes, there's a slight surcharge on it if you're paying monthly, but you have the benefit of paying every month for 12 months. And even if you're paying every month for 12 months, your time of starting is not when you complete payment, it's when you started. So you start by the first month and complete by the 12th month, but your start off date is counted as the first month when you started. You get the point. So by the time you complete your 12th payment, you're just waiting for 12 more months to start collecting your money. Now the question is, can you think of any investment anywhere that can make you start making you $20,000 per month in the 25th month without you doing anything more than just paying? And then promises to keep paying you for 5 years thereafter, for 7 years thereafter, for 10 years thereafter. At least it's something you should evaluate. You are a smart person. You didn't get to this level in life by not being smart. You are smart. So you can read our document. I'll show you how you can get it and make a discovery call with us. Read the document and make the decision for yourself. You see for yourself. And like I mentioned in passing while I was talking, we have skin in the game. So this is not something we're doing for you. We are actually doing it for ourselves. But because we needed an injection of capital, we created the done for you package so that we'll get more money from more people and scale what we're doing. So we're actually doing it for ourselves, but we are so designed it that you can make money while we don't make anything because you are paid first before we get paid. This is the case for the first 12 months of payment. That is the 25th to the 36th month. You are paid first before we are paid. It is after that, when you have recouped your money times two, that we now start sticking to our sharing formula. And if you look at my name is Chimes Remadimba, which means I'm an Igbo man. I will not allow myself not to get my own profit. If you don't understand Igbo, say, they do like that. They happen. So we have skin in the game. So it's not something we are doing for you. Yes, it's done for you, but we're actually also doing it for ourselves. So we are more committed in the success than you. Because apart you have invested money. Now once you invest money, we are owing you that money. So we have to make good on your money and also make good for ourselves. And our reputation, all these things, we are spending time building things on YouTube, spending money and time creating content. What face will we have if we do not deliver it for you? So we have a lot at stake. And we also have our money in this thing. We're spending a lot. We've already spent a lot and we're still spending more. So if you're interested in this our Dot for You package, you want to have a conversation with us about it, how you fit in. And then you might have heard me talk about $10,000, $20,000. If all you want and will take care of your stuff is just $1,000, we have smaller packages. So we even have packages as small as 200. Because like I said, though this video is addressing people who have earned high in the corporate setting, we also cater for people who might not have earned so high. Somebody told me, look, Chimezu, if I get an extra $500 per month, I am made. I'm okay. And there are people who are different levels, and they tell you, look, this one you're talking is too high for me. If I get this, I'm okay. And you let them get that, because once they get that, then their opinions might begin to change. But from where they are, they say they're okay. So if you're such a person, from where you are, All you want is an extra 1,000. That's also good. Our done for you can work for you. So click the link in the pinned comment and description below. DFY Passive Income Digital Assets Speeder. Click it. Provide you'll be taken to the page where you have to provide your email, your name, and your phone number. Do that, submit. When you submit, you will get an email to the email you provided. Click that message, open the message, and you'll see a link in it. Click it. It will confirm your email. If you don't do that step, you won't hear from us again. Why? Because some pranksters go and put people's email when they don't have access to it. So we want to make sure you are a high profile person. I want to make sure that you actually asked for us to send you an email. We don't want to send you unsolicited emails. So that's why we ask you to confirm. Once you confirm, you will get another message from us in your email, which will now show you an application form where you apply. We're not putting you, it's not an examination. It is just to get some information about you that will make us know whether you understand what we're talking about and whether you're in the right frame for what we want to do. Because there are some people who think that this is press, you pressing button, press button, and money comes out. We don't want people like that. We want people who have an understanding, people who have also the discipline to at least read through our overview document. I was speaking with somebody once and said, no, I don't want to read. Unless you have a lawyer who will read it for you or somebody who will read it for you and explain to you. We don't want people who will enter into this kind of serious investments without bothering to analyze what they are into, because they usually are problems. They begin to say you promised what was not written. Because when you have documents that have gone through, you see what was written, the terms and the conditions and whatever, so that everybody will have peace of mind and you know what you are entering into. So that's why we ask this question to know that you are the right fit for us and we are the right fit for you. After you have submitted the form, you will get another email from us that will give you a link to where you can book a call with me at your convenience. When you book the time that is convenient for you, you will get an email from us automatically that will show you my phone number. But then I will be the one to call you. I will call you. Why will show you my phone number so you can store the phone number and know that, look, this person is going to call me. So that you won't be shocked. Who is this person calling me? Of course, because of your position in life, we understand that you might not pick calls that you don't know, numbers you don't know. That's why we're sending you that, so that you save our number. So when I call you at that time that you picked, you know it's somebody who you gave access. So we talk, you ask us the questions you have, things you want to clarify. We also ask a few questions. When we are satisfied, we can take this to the next level. Because depending on the amount you want to invest, we will need to have our lawyers involved and all those kind of things. But you know what happens when you are doing big money investments. So, but you will take this conversation to the next level. You'll get clarity and get details that I cannot share in a YouTube video. Now, if you're somebody who prefers a more hands-on approach, you like doing things yourself, you will prefer to learn the process and do it yourself. That's great, because one, it will be far cheaper for you, and it will also expose you to something you can do even after retirement. Because look, part of the problem people have in retirement is that they begin to feel, man, I'm not used to waking up and just sitting around. I have a colleague, in fact, my first boss, one of my first, when I was teaching, she told me, I have to go back and tell so and so, one of my my former employers, said, I want to be working for you. So no, she's not paying me for free. I cannot be saying that, but I'll be coming 2 times a week. So she just goes to school. She had been a headmistress for many years. She just goes to school to teach. She will do things she's used to and come back home, not for pay, because she doesn't just want to sit down at home. Grandma will sit down for house. You get the point. So if you are such a person, you want to be doing stuff, you want to learn, and you are ready to learn new things, our mentorship program will be a good thing for you. It's a lot less cash intensive than the done for you. You have to go through the process. It's brain intensive. It's brain intensive and it's time intensive. So if you know it's something you can do, or you're already retired and you want to do something like that, fine. The link is also in the pinned comment and description below. It is $10K in 24. Click the link and we'll take you through the same process like those who are for the done for you. When we are satisfied with each other, we will give you the link, payment details for you to pay and join the mentorship program. So the ball is now in your court. You can spend your twilight years gracefully. You can live your old age gracefully and on your terms, not diminishing your capacity financially at any point. It's up to you. Thanks for watching this video. God bless you and have a great life.